everybody. Good afternoon you once again. My name is Damilare Mike David, and I'm also known as Mr. Regen from the stable of Regen Relationship Clinic. I and my wife, Olabisi Clinic, God has delivered this ministry into our hands, and this is a ministry that focuses, this is a part of Recovered Generation that focuses on love. Anything that has to do with love, relationship, marriage. Relationship, how to have a moral and godly love life. And the marriage, how to have heaven on earth marriage that will be transgenerational of God's will. And today, this particular moment, my teaching is addressing the singles and the married on a particular write-up that God has helped me to build a few months back, and we will be having the video version, very short, maybe 10-15 minutes per episode. And I want you to know that later tonight you can also join me on our Facebook or YouTube for the lecture meant for the married. That's the continuation, the second part of our teaching, which we started 2 weeks ago. That's bedroom vocals. But for this is for singles and also for the married. And this is a topic that I have titled, "Oh ye men, stop committing the single ladies into emotion. Oh ye men, stop committing the single women or ladies into emotion." I deliberately targeted this teaching towards the men. As I said earlier, this teaching is for both men and women, for both single and married. But because most of the time our teachings generally, most teachings on relationship, marriage always focus on ladies, women, and it takes two to make a relationship or marriage work. So it's sounding like we are leaving our men out, and if our men are not also addressed, there's no way a relationship or marriage can work, because it takes two people to make a relationship and marriage. So briefly, we'll be going on this episode of this teaching that says, "Oh ye men, stop committing the singles ladies into emotion." It may sound very funny, but I'm very sure that we'll get one or two things as we proceed. So without wasting our time, let's go into our slide. And I want us to know that you can follow us on our social mechanisms at Regen Relationship on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and at Regen Relationship Clinic on YouTube. So you can watch this video live as I am talking right now. Now let's go to our first slide. Growing up, we've always heard that men are moved by their sight and females by words. As much as times are changing things, this word still holds its validity. Yes, we have heard so many times that a man is moved by what he says. Yes, this does not give the permission for a man to lack self-control because he sees a woman dressing in a way that is provocative. No. As a person, you should be able to tame your heart. There is no justification for losing your morals because somebody dresses somehow. As much as the person who is dressing has a responsibility to be responsible, to be moral and decent in whichever way she's dressing. The same way, every man that is matured and reasonable has the responsibility to be able to tame his heart. I'm not saying you should close your eyes, but you should be able to work on your heart. As much as you will not see a mad woman that dresses naked and you go ahead and start going gaga. Just the same way, if you see a same woman that dresses somehow in a way that is provoking to you, you should be able to control your heart. But as this slide has said, that statement is still very valid in our particular time, this particular present time. Men are still moved by what they see. So our women too need to help our men, as much as we know that there's no justification to be irrational. But at the same time, we should not be an element of snare. We should not be a stumbling block. And at the same time, women are moved by what they hear. It is part of the nature. Our nature has made both the men and the women. So it is part of the makeup of men and women. So women are made up of what they hear. Many are trying to walk over this, but most ladies are still, there's no way you can make a woman happy too, even as your wife. You still need to at least sing some beautiful words to her, and she loves it. I'm talking about women that are already married. So let's go to the next slide because of our time. Sometimes the challenge of a single female who's already due for marriage may be a weakness, which has made many of her kind become victims of things she fears or things she loves. Let me explain this. Despite time has changed, there's a lot of improvement. We have a lot of single females out there that are still looking for the right man, for the right woman. And as a result of that, their needs has actually become, number one, their fear, and it has become a form of snare to them. Let me see that place again. Sometimes the challenge of a single female who is already there for a marriage may be a weakness which has made many of her kind become victims of things she fears or things she loves, which means a lady that needs something, maybe she's due for a relationship, she's due for marriage, and it's not forthcoming. She's tried everything she needs to do. She needs to pray. She has prayed, and yet things are not coming. If she's not careful, that need of us may become a weakness. And as much as she tries to control it, that thing that has become a weakness may become a kind of snare to her. That means what she loves a relationship. She's expecting a man that will fall in love with her and make everything okay, bring a marital or premarital dream. And at the same time, those things can become a fear. And though ignorance is no defense, yes, we can't deny the psychological makeup of a woman. Yes. We are not saying because of that a woman is supposed to now make herself gullible or intentionally make herself a prey to some men that are actually going out there to become a prey. But at the same time, we can't deny the fact that that is the psychological makeup of a woman, biologically, and we can see examples, even biblically. We can see a lot of examples. Sorry, let me just clear my throat. So, to the next slide. It all started from the first of her kind, Mother Eve. The words of the serpent were too promisingly sweet for her to resist. The same way many young girls are being swept away when they are told of how beautiful they look, how much they matter, how they would be cared for. You can see that our mother Eve was a basic example. Not that she intentionally wanted to put the word in the problem that we have right now, because that was the pathway, the first way man fell into sin rather. Sincerely, Mother Eve was not having the intention of putting problem on herself, on Adam, the husband, or on the generation to come after her. But those words that the serpent, the devil, subtly projected towards her, they were just too sweet, the same way when we have ladies today. It's very difficult for you to just take a woman and take advantage of her. I'm not talking of rape right now. That is, even when a woman falls in love with you and she gives all of herself to you, but at the end, the man ends up deceiving her, just takes away her pride, The woman, not because the woman wants to be gullible, not because the woman actually wants to be deceived, but you know what? Those words that men always say, men understanding the fact that women are carried away by the things they hear, so they use that against many women. Oh, you're beautiful, you look so much, without you my world will be incomplete. And when you are throwing those kind of words to certain women, they'll be like, so I really matter, so without you, you are, oh my God. In fact, at that point, sympathy starts coming in. When a man starts telling you that, without you, my world is incomplete. Oh, without you, I cannot sleep. Without you, I'm so sick. It's as if I'm going to die. So, at that point, the woman feels so proud. She feels so important. And sympathetic or empathy comes in. This man is a good man. This man is a good man. I should not, because of myself, make this man to go through all this mess. This man can die. If all it needs for him to survive is to give myself to him, let me just go ahead and give it to him. Sincerely, in many cases, the man can never die because of you. He cannot. But he knows the power of those words and uses those words just to get you. And when you become so empathic, and that woman falls into it. And another way is when the woman becomes so carried away. I'm so loved, oh my God, I'm so important, something's beautiful, yeah. I never knew for this man that has made me to recognize this aspect of me. Or you already know that you're beautiful. Your daddy has already told you, but you just need somebody other than your dad to confirm that. And you think the best way to reward that man that has been sincere enough to tell you that you're beautiful is to offer yourself. Not because you're that stupid, not because you are foolish, not because you are gullible. No, it's as a result of the psychological makeup of a woman. But at the same time, that ignorance is no excuse. You need to be able to work upon that, work on that rather. Not that you start falling for every man that brings those kinds of words to you. Yes, you're beautiful. We all know that. Consequently, a lot of them have been deceived, cheated, and duped in different spheres of life. Alarmingly, this isn't limited to young and single ladies alone. There is a lot of women, a lot of ladies have been deceived with these words. And you will be surprised that even the married women that we think we expected a little ability to control themselves also fall victims of this kind of words. You will be surprised that not only married men, some married women fall for single boys, young boys, who project this word, who throws this word at them because they've seen this, using these words is a very great tool. And this is one of the things this teaching is aimed to achieve. This aspect of the teaching is an introduction. I don't know if I'll be able to do this teaching twice a week so that we can get across it, or at least we'll be getting it every weekend. So, alarmingly, we still have a lot of married women that still fall to this, maybe to the hands of other married men, or even to single men that they are even far older than. And this is a big problem. So we need to deal with this issue from the root. Let's deal with the female intentional predators or innocent predators. When the predators reduce, surely the prey will reduce. So that's why this teaching has been targeted, the heading has been targeted towards the married men. That was why I said, oh ye men, stop committing the single ladies into emotion. So now, why are these women falling? They are falling not because they want to fall, but because why are they becoming preys? They are becoming preys because there's a predator. Now, those predators are in two different forms. We have predators that are intentionally hunting. They know that they're on a mission to deceive as many women or ladies as possible, just to take advantage of them. And at the same time, we have those that are innocent predators. So we are going to look at these two categories of predators. We are now referring to predators. We're talking about the men right now. I'm a man, so I don't want any man to get angry. We've been teaching, and most of our teaching has been, the headings have been centering over our women this time around. But this particular topic, as much as it affects the ladies, we can't deny the fact that we need to take care of the heart of our men alone. First, rather, if we take care of the heart of our men, then the level of the praise will also reduce. So we are coming back to the ladies, but I want you to know that if the predators reduce, definitely the praise will also reduce. That is what we tend to achieve with this teaching. In this series, I'll be addressing how and why some females are innocently and desperately falling into the hands of men who are sincerely caring and intentionally hunting. as I told you, this series is going to be the introduction, and I want to try my best as possible to just make it very brief. The maximum is 15 minutes thereabout. So now, I want us to know that initially I said that some men are innocent predators. That is, they don't know, they actually didn't intend to deceive some women, break their hearts, or they want to take advantage of them. No. Some men are innocent. They just do it out of care. We will look at those categories, what lead into those things, and at the same time, we will look at the aspect of those men that are intentional predators. They are on a mission, maybe in the quest to enjoy themselves, to sleep with as many women as possible, to cheat, to take money from as many women as possible, or on a revenge mission. Maybe they've been heartbroken, but the truth still remains. These set of people are intentionally on a journey. Now, if we have intentional predators and innocent predators, the same way we have ladies that are praised that are innocent, and we have praised that are desperate. Get me again? If we have innocent predators, then we can have innocent prey, which are the ladies whose advantages are being taken innocently. If we have intentional predators, men who are on a mission to make sure they just take advantages of ladies, at the same time, we can also have desperate prey. They have become prey because they are desperate, all in the name of trying to get what they want, get the care they want, get the love they want, get the affection, get a man over their head, to be in a relationship. They don't want to be different from their partners, from their friends. Almost maybe all the friends in their circles are already engaged or married, have given birth, and this has become a form of pressure on them. So this makes all these points make most of these ladies to become desperate prey. So those are the things that we'll be looking at. By God's grace, we will look into all these things. So if there's something I want you to gain from today's podcast, number one, I want you to know that we have intentional predators. Number two, I want you to know that we have innocent predators. And at the same time, we have innocent prey and we have desperate prey. And I've been able to just give us a brief breakdown of that. For my next teaching, next episode, I will try. I'm not making a promise. If I can still come with the next episode before the end of this week or next weekend, I'll try as much as possible. But just for updates, just make sure you follow our various social mechanisms. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter using the name Damilare Mike David. You can follow my wife, Olabisi Dare David, either on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. She does a lot of things with married women and single women. And you can also follow our ministry, Regen Relationship, either on Twitter either on Facebook or Instagram. If it is on YouTube, to watch our videos, you can just hashtag Regen Relationship or Regen Relationship Clinic. And on our Twitter page, you can just reach us through Regen Love Clinic. Or if you need to talk to us, you want us to counsel you, reach us through +234 08034 904282. I hope you will be eager to listen or watch or read the next episode. I don't want you to miss this. This is going to seriously and greatly bless your life, and it will be able to deliver you from the bondage you have found yourself, and at the end you get into that beautiful relationship which God has destined for you. If you're married, in another 4 hours time, precisely by 8 o'clock on our YouTube, that's Regen Relationship Clinic, or youtube.com/Regen Relationship Clinic, one will be discussing the second episode of our teaching, bedroom vocals. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.